on We Speak Farm. This is The Big Show.
We are speaking farm right now with Brian Hoops. 12:54 here on The Big Show clock. Bob Quinn of The Big Show, and we're wrapping up our Big Show market analysis segment here with Brian Hoops, again, Midwest Market Solutions. Brian, we've seen pressure on soybeans today. What's going on in the soybean market?
Yeah, it's good weather that we've been talking about down south in South America, putting pressure against the soybeans. No private export sales today, not helping out anything either. There's a lot of chatter that China has booked as many beans as they have, and most of that may end up being canceled. But what they have booked already is probably going to be enough for most of their needs going through the rest of this winter months, and they won't have to buy a whole lot unless there is some hiccups in production down south. But it looks like right now things are good, growing conditions are favorable, and that's going to put pressure against the corn and soybean values. So you also see the oat market down, barely touching limit this morning. And, that's the old trader adage. I've been around long enough to hear that one many times, that the oats knows where the grain market goes. And if oats are down the limit, that's probably not a good precursor for the grains going forward.
So what are you looking for as far as targets, Brian, over the next couple of weeks for corn and soybeans?
Well, the beans, last time I was on, we talked about beans being at about 10.30 and how I didn't think that was a great place to do really any marketing unless you absolutely had to get started. We did have a bounce up in the 10.50 range, which I would advocate as a place to start doing some soybeans. So, 4.50 on corn, 10.50 on November beans. I think you have to take a look at real hard at starting to do some hedging there, some marketing. Otherwise, you're kind of playing this game where you're waiting on weather issues here in the U.S. or weather issues down south to develop before we have a real appreciable rally. So I look for soybeans to kind of grind their way lower through the month of November here into December, and corn a slow follower of that. A lot of the purchases that have been made we may not see additional purchases, as the pace that we've seen here. So I think that export sales pace slows down, and with it, will take some of that pressure off of the tight basis levels that we're seeing.
Got about a minute left here. I want to talk livestock trade as well. What are you seeing for cattle and hogs over the next few weeks?
Yeah, we've seen a big move in the cattle market. It kind of started in the feeder cattle. All the rains that they've had in the southern plains in the last 4 or 5 weeks has really produced beneficial grass and grazing. So we've seen a demand for calves, stocker calves, to go put out on that grass, and that has pushed the feeder cattle index several dollars higher, and the future is trying to catch up to that index. So there's a strong demand that's pushed the feeder cattle higher. Live cattle is kind of playing catch up today with that market, and all in all, I don't think we're in for any type of a washout real soon. We do have a cattle and feed report coming out this Friday. It looks to be a little negative, but I don't think it's going to be a real game changer where the trends turn sharply lower.
So no big build-up, you think, with getting cattle on feed, huh?
Well, yeah, this report I don't think will be very friendly. I'm looking for 1% more on feed supplies and placements, 5 to 6% more. But after this report, as we go into the winter, December, into the new year, supplies should tighten quite a bit, and that should be kind of friendly for the front months of the cattle.
Brian Hoops, Midwest Market Solutions. How can we find out more and get in contact with you folks?
Yeah, you can reach us through our website, which is MidwestMarketSolutions.com. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Midwest Markets, and at Brian Hoops.